Movies take us on journeys, some thrilling, some emotional, and some unforgettable. Here, we break down the latest films with honest reviews, covering the story, performances, highlights, and flaws. Whether it's a must-watch masterpiece or a forgettable flick, we'll help you decide. Grab your popcorn and let's dive into the world of cinema. Chaos, The Manson Murders. Chaos. The Manson Murders is a documentary that re-examines the infamous 1969 Tate LaBianca murders orchestrated by Charles Manson and his followers. Directed by Errol Morris, the film is based on Tom O'Neill's 2019 book, Chaos: Charles Manson, the CIA, and the Secret History of the 60s. This documentary challenges the official narrative, exploring theories involving the CIA's MKULTRA program, mind control experiments, LSD influence, and Manson's possible connections to hidden government operations. Since this is a documentary, there are no traditional performances. However, Errol Morris's direction and Tom O'Neill's interviews create an engaging and suspenseful atmosphere. The archival footage and expert testimonies effectively add depth to the narrative. Positive points, alternative perspective. The documentary challenges the mainstream narrative and explores hidden conspiracies behind the murders. In-depth research. Based on Tom O'Neill's years of investigative journalism, it presents fresh evidence and shocking revelations. Thought-provoking. Encourages viewers to question historical accounts and dig deeper into the case. Negative points. Lack of depth. Fails to fully explore some of the more intriguing conspiracy theories. Disjointed narrative. Some viewers found the documentary confusing due to its lack of continuity. No conclusive evidence. Does not provide substantial evidence to support its claims, leaving some viewers unsatisfied. The documentary has received mixed reviews, with some praising its thought-provoking nature and others criticizing its lack of depth. On IMDb, it has a rating of 5.5 out of 10, indicating a somewhat divided audience response. Overall, it's a fascinating but imperfect exploration of the Manson murders. Delicious. Delicious is a psychological thriller about a wealthy German family whose lives are disrupted by a mysterious woman named Theodora after they accidentally hit her. The film explores themes of class disparity and manipulation. Watching Delicious was a roller coaster of emotions for me. The film starts strong with a compelling premise, but gradually shifts focus from character development to its thematic message. While the cinematography is stunning and the performances are impressive, particularly Carla Diaz as Theodora, I felt that the characters lacked depth. The film's attempt to explore class disparity and social commentary is admirable, but it sometimes feels like a heavy-handed metaphor rather than a nuanced exploration. Carla Diaz shines as the mysterious and manipulative Theodora, delivering a layered and confident performance. Valerie Pachner and Fari Yardem also deliver strong performances, though I felt the characters were somewhat one-dimensional. Positive points. Engaging premise. The film's opening scene is captivating, and the premise of a mysterious woman infiltrating a wealthy family's life is intriguing. Cinematography. The visuals are fantastic, making the film a treat to watch. The use of the French countryside as a backdrop adds to the tension and beauty of the story. Social commentary. The film tackles themes of class disparity and social inequality, which are timely and thought-provoking. Negative points. Lack of character depth. The characters feel somewhat one-dimensional, which detracts from the emotional impact of the story. Heavy-handed themes. At times, the film's exploration of social commentary feels forced rather than organic, which can be off-putting. Disjointed narrative. The film's genre-bending approach can be confusing, and the transition between different themes and plot twists feels somewhat clumsy. Overall rating. Overall, Delicious is a visually stunning film with a compelling premise, but it falls short in terms of character development and narrative cohesion. While it's an engaging watch for fans of psychological thrillers, it may not leave a lasting impression due to its disjointed storytelling. I'd give it a rating of 6.5 out of 10. Mickey 17. Mickey 17 is a dystopian sci-fi film directed by Bong Joon-ho, based on the novel Mickey 7 by Edward Ashton. The story follows Mickey Barnes, an expendable who joins a space colony on the icy planet Niflheim. Mickey is cloned and revived each time he dies, serving as a disposable worker for the colony. The film explores themes of identity, autonomy, and humanity through Mickey's multiple iterations. Watching Mickey 17 was an emotionally intense experience for me. Robert Pattinson's portrayal of Mickey is both captivating and heartbreaking. The film's blend of dark humor and poignant moments kept me engaged throughout. Bong Joon-ho's direction masterfully balances the harsh realities of Mickey's existence with moments of warmth and connection, particularly through his romance with Nasha. However, I felt that some supporting characters lacked depth, which slightly detracted from the overall impact. Robert Pattinson delivers a compelling performance as Mickey, bringing depth and nuance to each iteration. His chemistry with Naomi Ackie, who plays Nasha, is genuine and adds warmth to the narrative. The supporting cast, while not as developed, contributes to the film's tense atmosphere. Positive points: engaging storyline. The film's premise is intriguing, and its exploration of identity and autonomy is thought-provoking. Visuals and direction. Bong Joon-ho's signature style shines through in the stunning visuals and dark humor, making the film visually captivating. Emotional depth. The romance between Mickey and Nasha adds a touching human element to the story. Negative points. Lack of character development. Some supporting characters feel somewhat one-dimensional. Graphic violence. The film includes several gruesome scenes that might be off-putting for some viewers. Pacing issues. At times, the narrative feels disjointed, particularly in transitioning between different plot points. Overall, Mickey 17 is a visually stunning and emotionally resonant film that explores complex themes. While it has some pacing issues and lacks depth in supporting characters, Robert Pattinson's performance and the film's thought-provoking narrative make it a compelling watch. I'd give it a rating of 7.5 out of 10. The Monkey is a comedy horror film directed by Osgood Perkins, based on Stephen King's short story. It follows twin brothers whose lives are disrupted by a cursed toy monkey that causes bizarre and horrific deaths around them. The film blends dark humor with intense gore, exploring themes of tragedy and the absurdity of death. Watching The Monkey was a wild ride for me. The film's unique blend of horror and comedy is both captivating and unsettling. Osgood Perkins' direction masterfully balances the absurdity of the situations with the gravity of the consequences, making for a truly unforgettable viewing experience. However, I felt that some of the supporting characters were underdeveloped, which slightly detracted from the overall impact. The film's use of extreme gore to highlight the randomness and cruelty of death is both shocking and thought-provoking. Theo James delivers a solid performance as the twin brothers, Hal and Bill, bringing a sense of desperation and urgency to their plight. The supporting cast, including Tatiana Maslany and Elijah Wood, adds depth to the narrative, though some characters feel somewhat one-dimensional. Positive points. Unique blend of horror and comedy. The film's dark humor and intense gore make for a captivating and unsettling experience. Visuals and direction. Osgood Perkins' direction is both visually stunning and emotionally impactful, with some truly unforgettable death scenes. Thought-provoking themes. The film explores themes of tragedy and the absurdity of death in a way that's both disturbing and intriguing. Negative points. Lack of character development. Some supporting characters feel somewhat underdeveloped. Pacing issues. At times, the narrative feels disjointed, particularly in transitioning between different plot points. Overall, The Monkey is a visually stunning and emotionally intense film that explores complex themes with a unique blend of horror and comedy. While it has some pacing issues and lacks depth in supporting characters, its thought-provoking narrative and unforgettable visuals make it a compelling watch. I'd give it a rating of 7.2 out of 10. A Complete Unknown. A Complete Unknown is a biographical musical drama directed by James Mangold, based on the book Dylan Goes Electric by Elijah Wald. The film follows young Bob Dylan from his arrival in New York City in 1961 to his groundbreaking performance at the 1965 Newport Folk Festival. Timothée Chalamet stars as Dylan, alongside Edward Norton, Elle Fanning, and Monica Barbaro. Watching A Complete Unknown was an emotional journey for me. The film captures the essence of Bob Dylan's early career, from his humble beginnings to his meteoric rise in the folk scene. Timothée Chalamet's performance as Dylan is captivating, bringing depth and nuance to the character. The film's portrayal of Dylan's complex personality, including his moodiness and ego, is both poetic and honest. However, I felt that some supporting characters, like his romantic interests, were somewhat underdeveloped, which slightly detracted from the overall impact. Timothée Chalamet shines as Bob Dylan, delivering a performance that is both authentic and compelling. His chemistry with Monica Barbaro, who plays Joan Baez, is particularly notable, capturing the tension and passion of their artistic collaboration. Edward Norton also delivers a strong performance as Pete Seeger, bringing warmth and depth to the role. Positive points: engaging storyline. The film's portrayal of Dylan's rise to fame is engaging and thought-provoking. Visuals and direction. James Mangold's direction is poetic and visually stunning, capturing the vibrant music scene of the early 1960s. Musical performances. The film's musical scenes are spellbinding, particularly when Dylan performs for Woody Guthrie or duets with Joan Baez. Negative points: historical liberties. The film takes some creative liberties with historical events, which might be off-putting for purists. Pacing issues. At times, the narrative feels disjointed, particularly in transitioning between different plot points. Overall, A Complete Unknown is a visually stunning and emotionally resonant film that explores Bob Dylan's early career with depth and nuance. While it has some pacing issues and lacks depth in supporting characters, Timothée Chalamet's performance and the film's thought-provoking narrative make it a compelling watch. I'd give it a rating of 7.8 out of 10.